Hi, I'm Auntie Insoft. I really want to welcome you to my kitchen here in Newton. When we moved into the house about 15 years ago, we loved it because it was a ranch house and everything was all on one floor. But the kitchen, even then, was really old. It had like the fake brick linoleum floors and the cabinets were falling off the walls. We knew we wanted an open space and that it would be challenging because being a ranch, it is all on one level. This was the first design build company that I had actually probably never heard of the concept. And as soon as I heard it, I knew it was right for us. It meant that we didn't have to use a separate architect and a separate contractor. It meant that they really worked together seamlessly. And as we were working with Kurt from Feinmann, it really kind of evolved into this kind of open space. Kurt came up with this amazing design of flipping the kitchen. And the way he got to know us, and I don't know if all architects do this because this is our first, real big project, but he really sat down and got to know us and spent a lot of time in our house and really saw how the house was being used. He was going through a checklist, literally all the little details, how much space do you need for this, how much space do you need for that, what kind of disposal, what kind of, where do you want the dishwasher, how much light do you want? I mean, it was pretty thorough. And it just really surprised me. And that's when I said, wow, he really knows. I always felt like they were really looking out for our best interests and wanted us to be happy with the project. So what we were really impressed by was that when we had to move downstairs, we were wondering how we would cook anything. And Feinmann actually thought of our needs completely. And they equipped us with the burners and the oven. And so they really think of every little detail to make our lives easier. Also, the other thing that actually made me feel like I was in the right hands was, and this was Chris's doing, he suggested before the walls were closed up, and I love this, to create a memory box, which we did. And it's in a wall over there, and it's all sealed in plastic. And I don't know whether we'll be the people to open it up or whether the next owners. Knowing that he was really thinking about our project over the weekend, and that's just, the kind of people Feinmann hires and the kind of person Chris is. The thing that really comes to mind is that they really took care of me. I'm a nurturer by heart, so I like being nurtured, and I really felt nurtured by them. And I felt it was like a family thing. My whole family was involved, and they included my family, which felt really, really nice. Most people have horror stories from construction. I don't have one. I actually do not have one horror story, and it was pleasant. It was a really pleasant experience. We walk into the house, and even my son now, when he comes home from day at school, we walk into the house and we're like, oh, it's so nice to be home. And what people are really blown away by is the fact that we did not add onto the footprint of our house at all, and they are just shocked at what the designer and the contractor was able to do with the space that we had. So there's so many ways to use this space conveniently and aesthetically. It's aesthetically pleasing as well. But it just helped to have somebody there kind of holding my hand. And I think that's another big thing. Again, never having done construction, feeling like there was somebody holding my hand along the way. And my husband and I talk about our next project, and there's nobody else what we would call besides Feinmann.